Okay, so I have you guys on one screen and I'm sharing my screen on the other. Everybody can hear me? Okay, everybody knows how to get an impact? Okay, so what we're going to do today is once you get into impact, and everybody sees my impact, right? Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, bring you guys over here. Okay, there we go. All right, so once you get into impact, one of the coolest things I just found out was how to do a mass email, which actually, and schedule it so that like the upcoming time change or Halloween or Thanksgiving, if you wanted to go ahead and schedule those individual e-cards, you could do that right today, forget it for the holidays, and then go forward. I know that they are working on a way to schedule, to create a campaign where you can do it date oriented. Like if you wanted to do a whole year of e-cards for the different holidays or whatever else, you'd be able to create that campaign and do it based on the date. With the way campaigns run right now, because they're day oriented or hour oriented, you can't do that. Because depending on when someone gets into your CRM and you say, okay, start this campaign, and the first e-card for Halloween goes out in 7 days, if you put them in there, well, then that 7 days doesn't work anymore. So I know that at the corporate level, they are creating or working behind the scenes to create a campaign that then will now then be date oriented. Okay, they just haven't gotten there yet. But in the meantime, we can do this. So first things first, you guys know that when you go into marketing autopilot, and I do have the chat box up, so if you have questions, let me know, put it in chat or unmute yourself, except for Lisa in the large conference room, because that does a lot of kickback. But unmute yourselves and just talk to me. So when you're in your impact and you go to marketing autopilot, I want to show you one thing first. So when you go to the start a campaign, you guys did know that under templates is where you could find all kinds of additional e-cards that aren't part of the campaigns. Every e-card that's in the campaigns that are already created, you could find individually under templates. But what you can also find in there, like if I want to say fall back, because I want the time change e-card that's for this coming weekend. If you look right here, so we went into marketing autopilot, start a campaign, and instead of being in the campaign library, which is what pulls up automatically, I went to the very top and just selected templates. Okay, everybody with me? Shake your heads. Okay, good. All right, so right here, the KV Core has already created templates for email, for text messaging. If you needed some verbiage for a call, you could click right there and those kind of things. But right now we're going to concentrate on email, and I'm going to put in here fall. And when you do, it starts pulling up everything that has the word fall in it. So I talked to John Clark yesterday, and he got with marketing, and they created a fallback e-card for us. So to look at it, and when you're in templates, all you want to do is just hit the word clone. It will pull it up, and it looks like this. Okay? If for some reason you wanted to change it, you could do that right here. And if you did, when you clone something, if you look at the top, see how it says template name? If you're going to clone it and edit it, then I would change this to fallback 2020 Sally Beck. And then Sally would know when she searches for it that she's looking for the one that she has now created and edited, and she's not touching the main master, because everybody has access to the main master. And if Sally just started collecting on this and just hit save, she's changed the master. Now, not a big deal. You could still use it. Somebody would just have to go in there and edit it. But whenever you are cloning an e-card, make sure that you rename it up here. Okay. And at this particular point, if you wanted to drop in a video, has to be either a YouTube or a Vimeo. If you wanted to drop in a video, hey, this is Sally Beck, just wanted to take a moment to wish you and yours of, say we're doing a Thanksgiving card and just wanted to wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. As long as you created a YouTube or Vimeo, you can drop that video in here. And all you would do, see right here on the side where you have choices, you would take video, you would left mouse it, so you're holding it down, you would drag it over, and do you see where it says drag it here? Or if I move up to the top, it says drag it here. Everybody with me? Okay. When you let go of it, now all of a sudden it's dropped a video in there. So all you would have to do, where it says add video URL right here, is if you click on that, right here is where you would add your YouTube or your Vimeo link. And if you see right here, it tells you that those are the only two acceptable ways to put in a video right now. Right here, YouTube or Vimeo. Okay, everybody with me? Okay, that's why this is beyond and not basics. Okay, so if you didn't want to put anything in there and you just like it the way it is, right? Then you don't need to clone it. You just say, yep, I like that. And let me just pause there for a minute. I'm going to cancel out of the fallback one. And remember, this right here auto-populates your information when you send it. Even if you preview it right now, it's not going to show your picture and information. It doesn't happen until it's gone. Okay. And the reason I say, okay, we're not going to make any changes, I'm not going to worry about copying this particular e-card, because now let's say that I wanted to do something for Halloween. When I start typing in Halloween, look, I get choices. So you could check each one of these, look at it and see which one you like, and then you would rename it Happy or Holiday Halloween Sally, so that you know that when you go to schedule it, you would look for the one with Sally's name and you don't have to look through all four of them again. Does that make sense? Okay, it will when I get there. Okay, so what I really wanted to show you here was where the individual e-cards are. So you go into Marketing Autopilot, Smart CRM, and instead of being in the campaign library, the pull up, instead of being in the campaign library where it shows all the different campaigns, right? You just want one e-card. Instead of being here, you're going to go to templates. And right here under the search toolbar is where you would put in whatever template you're looking for. So if you're looking something for Christmas, you would put in Christmas. And obviously they're not in there yet. You put in Thanksgiving. And it would pull them up. Now remember, the marketing department is creating all of these. That's why you have to look for certain ones. And if they're not in there, then we would just call marketing and say, hey, I didn't see one of these. Everybody with me? Okay, so now the exciting thing is when you go to Marketing Autopilot and you get these choices, instead of selecting Smart Campaign, see right here where it says scheduled mass email, this is where you're going to click on this. If you had already scheduled some, they would show up right here. Okay, but we haven't scheduled any, right? So right up here on the green button where it says schedule email, click on that. And this is what it pulls up. Now, here's the exciting thing. If you have saved filters in there, let's say that I'm picking on Sally today. Let's say Sally has a filter in there that is Champion Forest. She could say, I only want to pull up my Champion Forest filter, okay? And I don't have one in there, so let me find one that I have as Sharon's. Experience, okay. See right there on mine, I have a filter of experienced agents. I only want to send it to them. Okay, so you would pull that up. If you want to pull it up for people with specific hashtags, so let's say you wanted to pull up your sphere of influence people, then you would pull up that particular hashtag. So you have to think of how, your database is in there, right? So you could pull it up with anybody with an individual hashtag. This would be really perfect if you have open house people in there and you say, I want to pull up my hashtag open house champion forest. Then you could pull up the people with just that particular hashtag and schedule an email. Let's say you're having an open house on Sunday, and on Wednesday you want to send them a personal invite. You could pull up that hashtag and send them a personal invite to your open house for Sunday. Everybody with me? Okay, perfect. Let's say that actually what you really want to do is you want to send it to the contacts with the status of, and when you click on it, you want to send it to the people with the hashtag, the status of sphere. So then you can say that. But then you say you also want to send it to all of your clients. So you now have two different statuses that you can send it to. So do you guys remember where those things are located, or do I need to step back after this and show you that? Any questions so far? No, okay, good. So now you've decided that you're going to send it with your contacts that have the status sphere and client, okay? So the scope would just have your name. Remember, I have access to everybody. When do you want to send this e-card? Well, time change is on the 1st, so I really want to send it out as a reminder on Friday, let's say. And I want to send it out at whatever time. Well, I think people get home and they read their personal email at 6:30, not a.m., but p.m. Here we go, 6:30 p.m. So I want it to go to my sphere and my clients on Friday at 6:30 p.m. Well, what do I want to send them? So I want to send them the fallback e-card, right? Now, let's say, remember, that Sally changed hers. She would then look for fallback Sally Beck. Now, does it make sense if you cloned it and edited it? Perfect. Right here is the subject line of what it's going to say, fallback 2020. You could change this to say a quick reminder. And you could change that. At this point, you can change the subject to whatever you want it to be. Okay? And right here, there's that e-card. Again, you still have the chance now if you say, oh, I really wanted to add a text box, or I really wanted to add a video, you still have that choice to do that right here. Okay? Now, since I already know, and I'm very comfortable knowing that as soon as I hit send, all of this fills in, right? If you're not, and you really want to see how it looks like when your clients get it, if you hit send test message, then it's going to send to your email what it's going to look like. Let me pull up my email and see if when it gets there. Okay. And then once you like it, you say, okay, yep, I get it. I really do like it. Then, oh, here it is. Okay. I'm going to reshare. So hang on, bear with me. I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay. So you can see what it looks like. Now I'm going to share the e-card. Can everybody see the e-card? No? Yes? Okay. So this is what the e-card looks like. So see, there's my picture, there's my information. Whatever you have in your profile, it's what's going to show up here. Okay? And they made sure to add the, if you want to unsubscribe, click here button, because I know we had some issues with that. That is there now, and there's my picture. Okay? Everybody sees what it looks like? You're good to go? Okay. So now, can everybody see that I'm back into the scheduled mass email screen? Okay. So now you're like, yep, I really like it. All you have to do is hit schedule. And when I do, it is now scheduled right here that on the 30th, I have a e-card going out. Well, for me, it's only 6 people. Whoever you have in your database will say right here that it's going to go to. Now, if you have been sending stuff out already and people have unsubscribed or opted out of receiving emails from you, they're not going to get it. So you don't have to worry about that. And the really great thing about it, remember when I showed you how to send out e-cards before just from mass emailing and not from scheduling? Remember, if you had more than 100 in there, you had to go page by page. Doing a scheduled email sent it to everybody that has that particular tag. If you've got 1,000 people in there listed as Sphere or new client, whatever it was that we put in there, they're all going to get it. You don't have to worry now about going page by page. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. You guys unmute yourself, except for Lisa. Unmute yourself and let me know if you have any questions or tell me what you think.
Linda, I like it. My
Perfect.
other question is, can we also do text? Is there a way to do this by text?
I don't believe so, but I do have a note on my own desk to ask that also. But let me just see something. Let me go in here for a second and let me go back to Impact real quick. Can you guys see my Impact screen? Okay. I never know when I start resharing what you guys see, and you guys are so nice to not say, hey, we can't see anything. You just kind of sit there and let me keep going. If I go to Smart CRM and I go to mass, I highlighted some people. I do mass text. No. And the only thing under, see, I think the only thing that you can do right now is schedule mass emails, but I will check on if you can send out a schedule a mass text. Okay. Any other questions? Sally, are you talking? I see lips, but I'm just not hearing anything.
I just said, this is great. So
okay, perfect.
I love it.
Yeah, I think too, because, you know, before we were having to do a mass email and then you would go page by page for 100 people. Well, if you've got 1,700 people in there, that's 17 pages.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I think this right itself is perfect. So are you guys okay then that we start now? Probably I got it scheduled for the next 4 weeks and then the holidays hit. But to start these Impact and beyond, because I think you guys are all past the little stuff and we need to now really start getting into the weeds on what we can do with some of this stuff. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I
perfect.
agree. Yes.
I agree.
All right. Any other questions for how to schedule mass emails?
This is awesome.
Okay, perfect. Hey, and we are still in our time frame of 30 minutes. See, that works really good. Sally, speaking of, is the daughter coming back in to see me soon? Are you going to show her how to do this?
Yeah, she Monday, Wednesday, Friday, she's in
Okay.
9 to 3. So she'll be there tomorrow.
Okay. Well, if you confuse her when you show her, tell her just to come by and see me.
Okay, I'll do it.
How's she doing on her testing?
She's done all her classes and she's taking the review class next week and taking the exam next Friday.
That is perfect. That is awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions about scheduling a mass email, then I'll go ahead and stop this and we'll just see you next Thursday at 11 o'clock.
Thank you, Linda.
All right. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.